But you did play a Jund mid-range deck. We actually did a deck tech with you earlier in the day, called Shot, before. And that, you said you kind of liked a lot of these aggressive and green matchups, but you were worried about control matchups, specifically Esper and blue-white. Did you have to play against any of those decks en route to the top 8?
I only played against Esper once in the tournament, and luckily managed to win. He destroyed me in game 1, which is what is supposed to happen, but I managed to get the post-sideboard games. And I also played against a junk control deck a la Jacob Van Lunen.
Sure, we saw that on stream, I believe.
Yeah, that might have even been on camera, and that's not nearly as scary as the Revelation decks.
Yeah. So everything went according to plan. Managed to dodge/defeat the tougher matchups.
Yep.
And your top 8 was pretty aggro packed, which you seemed well suited. You've got a deck filled with removal. You've got Scavenging Ooze. You got Pelucranos. You can really handle those decks. But you were the 8th seed going in. Did that affect any of your decisions as far as how you would approach each game or match?
It's actually funny because I was discussing with Dave Shields before the top 8 that most matchups I wouldn't even mind being on the draw, but those 3 matchups in particular were matchups where I really wanted to be on the play. So at the same time, I had some opponents who took mulligans, and whenever an opponent mulligans on the play, I just feel great. My deck has so much card advantage.
Yeah, you're playing a deck with Thoughtseize and a ton of removal spells, especially very versatile ones like Hero's Downfall and Abrupt Decay.
Yeah.
So you can usually attrition them out when they just start out with less cards than you, which it certainly seemed to bear out in most of the games.
Yep.
So moving on, we had the finals against the Boros deck. Which of the 3 decks that you played in the top 8, what do you think was the most challenging? The Boros deck, the blue deck, or the red aggro deck?
I'd say the Mono Blue Devotion deck.
The Mono Blue one? Okay.
I played against Mono Blue twice in the Swiss as well. Luis, who I lost to, or who I beat in top 4, was my only loss in the Swiss. And really the 3 closest matches I played all tournament were against Mono Blue.
Okay.
So it's just, that deck's very good. It's very powerful. The games are always really close. And luckily I was just able to come out on top.
Yeah, watching you play the match against Luis, it did seem like it was close. I think I like your side of it, especially post-board when you have so many different and versatile answers. But you had to take some pretty interesting lines in the match against Luis just to make sure you didn't die to all kinds of spells that he could have there. So if you guys want to see that match, we wrote that coverage up. It's available on the coverage page. Matt, I know you have a Legacy tournament to prepare for. What deck are you playing?
I'm playing Blue White Red Delver. I played it last weekend at the Grand Prix, loved it. Owen did well with it, obviously.
Yeah, Owen did okay.
So, I feel really good about the deck.
All right, well, congratulations and good luck in the Legacy portion. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to the booth, and Matthias and Gerard will take you guys home before we take a break prior to the Legacy Open.